You know, one of the most common questions I get asked is, hey, how do you keep your floors looking nice? A lot of people have this problem. You spend a fortune on an epoxy floor or some kind of high quality epoxy material. You park your car there, you move your car. They might be resilient to oil, but brake fluid's another thing. But brake fluid will eat right through them, and then pretty soon your beautiful floor looks terrible. I've had that problem. I've had people approach me and go, hey, how about these kind of things you snap together? And I go, what do you mean, plastic? I don't know, do those really work? I found some that work really, really well. It's made by a company called SwissTrax. This is Randy Nelson. Randy, come on in here. How you doing?
Good, Jay. Nice to meet you.
Now, see, I have to admit, I was really skeptical when I first saw these because it looked like, really, you can park a car in this and it's not going to crack and break, but it really, really doesn't, does it?
Well, that was some of the first questions we get. We have 5 designs. They ask us about dirt and going through the surface of it, as well as on the solid surface tiles. We have diamond plate designs. This is really my favorite, and I was happy that you liked it.
Oh yeah, it's terrific.
It took us a little bit of convincing in some areas, but the great thing about this one is its openness and its ability to drain.
Right.
And where you have some beautiful vehicles, they tend to leak sometimes, and it's a great way to put a oil dry pad below it and allow the...
yeah, so and then anytime you put them down, you can pop them up again, right?
Yeah, you take basically you have 2 sides with loops and 2 with pegs, and you virtually get a slotted screwdriver in here, pop it up.
Okay, yeah.
And so you can get into it. That's a big question.
And this is the size of a... And how many pounds per square inch can this
These go up to 5,100 PSI.
Wow, okay.
And we've actually tested in Charleston 55,000 pound fire trucks.
Okay.
We've managed to go over it.
Yeah, I mean, it really works well. If you have one of these awful crummy garage floors, and especially if you have a cement floor and the oil and, you know, all the fluids, carbureted fluids have seeped into it over the years, your epoxy is probably not going to stick. You can sand it and treat it, but eventually, I had this happen next door. I must have done that floor over 2 or 3 times, and every couple of months, you know, it would rise to the surface again and ruin the floor. Whereas this is a solution that, even if you ruined one of these, you just replace that one square.
Yeah, you just pop one out. It's a $5 question.
Now let's show, here it is here. This is how it goes together.
Right.
Let's move over here. Now see, a lot of people think the Chinese started using child labor first. No. Randy was the first one to actually put children to work at substandard wages, putting down these floors. He actually sends his kids out to do it. That's how simple it is.
A 2-car garage takes around 2.5 to 3 hours to put together.
Right.
So obviously you have a little bit larger than a 2-car garage here.
Right.
So a few back pain pills is the way I measure it.
And kids are easy to get. You find them anywhere. Well, they continue to put this together. Let's show them what the finished floor looks like. You know, it's really, really impressive. And it comes in a variety of colors, right?
Yeah, we have 14 colors.
Okay.
Actually, and as I say, 5 designs. And on the one thing that is appealing, I feel is great, is if you look at it, you have a checkered pattern design, and that checkered pattern design here is virtually one tile. So the pattern flows into the middle, so it looks nice and colorful. It kind of almost looks like carpet away from it.
Right.
And what that does is that it was designed in Switzerland, believe it or not. And the idea behind that was for that if any dirt comes on it, you don't necessarily see it because of the shading effect.
Right.
So,
and like you say, if you do get oil underneath it, you won't see it. But if you want to clean it up, you can just pop
it's a matter of popping down into it, pop a tile up, and pop one back in.
Okay. And they don't shift or move when you drive on them,
no,
correct?
what we've done, because you have some very heavy vehicles, and I know you might tear out of here sometimes, we put some light padding, a rubber padding below it, so it'll avoid it from shifting.
Right.
We do both pads as well as full built-out floors, so no, you don't have much of a problem shifting.
Well, I should show people over here. This car over here, this is my 1927 Model X Duesenberg. You probably saw this on the website. Well, it's been up there for a while, at least a couple of years. The problem with this car was, this was the first American car to have hydraulic brakes. And the fittings, and since it's an original car, the fluid would leak. And under this floor, it just ruined it. This floor was $40,000 15 years ago to put in. And it was impervious to almost everything except brake fluid. And it just ate into it and really ruined the floor. And we put this down, and boy, it's done a wonderful job. I mean, the car is still leaking now, but now you don't see it. That's the beauty of it, you know. You can literally, you know how when your wife's not there, you sweep the dirt under the rug? Well, you can just sweep the dirt under the rug. You can still see the remnants of what the brake fluid did going through it with the tire. See, it just ate right into it. and you can just cover the floor with it. I mean, it really looks terrific. It really makes the Bugatti stand out. They come in a variety of colors. I like the muted sort of gray and flat black just because I like the cars to stand out. But, you know, guys with Corvettes, maybe got 50 stuff, you might want to go with the red or some of the other, you know, more kind of pop colors, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's pretty. Hey, get back to work, you kids. Hey, get those kids back to work over there. No breaks.